What is it about your hobby that keeps you coming all the way out here? Is it the freedom? Wandering in search of that perfect spot? You've made your own path through these hills.
Welcome to my house. I am Frumpy Buckle. You're fishing with Uncle Buck. It's been through the holidays. It's been busy. Buck got everything done. And I almost gave up on this game because I didn't like the way it fished. But I love the way it looks. I love the exploring. I love the waters. I love the reservoirs. I just wanted it to be a better fishing game. So I gave it another shot. Went down there, spent 3 days discovering this new reservation here, reserve. We're over in Norway. It's gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. I've been to Sweden once, but I've never been to Norway. I'd like to go there now a lot. We'll go fish there. All right, guys. I took 3 days. I fished it all. I found everything. So I did my best to give you what I think is the best shot of Norway, Trollsporet. And, you know, it kind of hits close to home being with, I love the Norse, Odin, and that whole bit, you know, kind of fascinated by all that history. So I had a lot of fun here, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I did. So with that being said, let's jump over there. It's a long one. Get yourself a beer, a couple of cold beers, and kick back and enjoy. Beautiful country, beautiful fishing, beautiful waterways. We'll see you later. Happy holidays.
She drew out, twisted and wound Trollsporet into clothes for us to wear. We'd visit her here in her home every summer, and after a while, she spent the winter with us too. If you're not staying at the lush, plush Villa Vannlilje, you're missing out. Easily the finest way to relax in style, but not in safety. When it was built, the boundary stones were unwittingly moved from one family's territory to the next, waking a deildegast from the dead. Now it walks the grounds. Okay, this one isn't haunted. It's really nice, and they have a traditional breakfast with each room. Ooh, lovely. she was always telling a story or writing a poem. She took in life, let it soften her, and spat it out with a smile, which made for great material.
Too generous as far as those gifts were concerned. She sold her stories so tight, you couldn't tell where the truth started or stopped.
still feel her smile in the pattern of the park. A thread of winks and laughter running through rivers and trees. Snagged or plucked, it never tears, then it pulls out many more. Well now, if you ask me, it's too big to be called Sverde. More like a large hunk of iron. But it serves its purpose well. Trollesverdet is a memorial to an author in particular, who meant a lot to those in the reserve. It's never been quite finished, but the end was never the point. It's perfect the way it is. Silhouette of Norshaugen, a burial mound constructed before the 11th century. It's the final resting place of the entire Ægir dynasty, who journeyed to Trollsporet long ago, living symbiotically with the local Sami for a while. The Sami of Trollsporet were regarded as powerful sorcerers by the Ægir, and this is a respect that lasted until changing religious values shifted that respect to fear. You'll see a stone oval nearby, which is a ship used in funeral proceedings. Norse funerals were times of great ceremony, often featuring feasting, drinking, songs, chants, and visionary experiences. Preparation of the body was absolutely vital, lest the fallen return as drauger. The big toes were commonly tied together, or needles driven through the feet, so that the corpse cannot walk if it wishes. Toenail clipping was also particularly important, so that their keratin could not be harvested for the construction of the great ship Nagifar, which, by the way, comes in at number 1 in my Trollsporet top 5. What can I say? Jotun, kinda cool. It's beautiful, just like the day I first saw it, but different. When she passed, we kept her tale alive, and our best efforts fall short, so we let her do the talking. Walk around a little, spend some time near the water, fish with her. She loves the company and, as always, has something to say. I do too, and as much as he prefers not to, so does Torbjörn. If you like, you can weave a little of your story here too. If not, no worries. But treat this place with respect. It's not just my bestemor that lives here, but her ancestors too. Trollsporet is the resting place for many Sami who told their tale before the ground had one to whisper. If you journey far off the path, you may see where a part of them rests now, and I urge you to leave them be. Their remains do not belong to you or to Trollsporet. They belong to their families, who keep them where they were buried, and that's where they will stay until we're told otherwise. When Ragnarok comes knocking and the whole world burns, the seeds are safe in Trollsporet's very own vault. We have samples from all over the world. Syria to Alta, Pakistan to Gamlastan. If there's a plant in peril, we've got you covered. So in the event of cataclysm or apocalypse, you'd better believe Astrid and Torbjörn are on speed dial. Or possibly the person who actually runs this place. But we'd be there too. The tale Trollsporet tells proudest of all is that of the Sami, It's part of my bestemor's story, and part of mine too. I hope you take the time to listen. This is the Glacial National Park outpost. If there's anything you need to know, you'll find it right here, as well as yours truly. Stop in and say hi if you get the time. Hei sann, I'm Trollsporet's Warden. You can call me Astrid if you like. Did you hear that? Definitely gygerekjeften. You'd be better off looking a little less tasty when you're out and about. Any troll worth their hide would have you in seconds. People were fishing here further back than even my bestemor would remember. If you see any out and about, say hi. Be careful not to turn your back on rocks around here. If it gets too dark, well, I hope you taste horrendous. Have you heard that gygerekjeften finds people who litter especially tasty? Wouldn't risk it if I were you. Torbjørn takes keeping his shop way too seriously. His other hobbies fit him better. If you see Torbjørn, tell him I wouldn't be too mad if he came to visit. A break from the shop would do us both good. My first glimpse of Trollsporet was a vacation to visit my bestemor. Every day I see something new. That was old news to her. I bet what you see when you look at me is a model warden, but a short lifetime ago, I was a marketer. Visit the shop if you like, but don't let Torbjørn sweet-talk you. He hates it. Moving here felt like vacation for a while, but now the bus has mellowed out a little. Maybe I could go hunt the Bigfoot in Wyoming. I hear he's been very active recently. Warden is a strange job, you know. Me and Torbjørn make everyone else's vacation magical, but we never make time for our own. They say a good way to ward off gygerekjeften is to donate to the reserve. Don't look that up. The most terrifying tale I hear from visitors is Torbjørn making small talk. At least I know where I stand with trolls and nøkken. I'm always thinking of ways to make this place spookier. Maybe Torbjørn could play the organ, or I'll run around with a rake. Just brainstorming. Pitch in any time. I wanted to live inside of someone's shed, but can't risk a restraining order? Boy, do we have the place for you. This is the perfect escape from everything but the police. And you get to do it in one of Edvard Munch's cheese nightmares, so that's cool too. They are booked up for months in advance, so not a good fit for your current trip, but maybe next time. Careful not to turn your back on this one. If the cloud cover shifts, you will be breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If we didn't have the sun on our side and our wits about us, we'd be doomed. Then dinner. The trail you tread is Trollsporet, the tracks of the trolls that roam this reserve. Cloaked in burial shrouds of sun and stone, towering above mountains, piercing the skies with stony eyes. They take any form, large or small, wriggling into babies to cope deception in love. Roll them out the door, they roll right back. The disgusted troll mother leers in the darkness. The foolish are caught, and the smart remain. Outcrops offer fresh offerings, new trolls trapped in silence. Shapeshifters, sheltered and slavering, sizing up, basting with gnashed teeth. Glommed into the darkness, crooked and waiting. The trail you tread is Trollsporet, the tracks of the trolls that roam this reserve. Not you. The tale of the reserve is a rich yarn, first spooled with love by my bestemor.
Alright guys, won't let me go any higher.
and wound Trollsporet into clothes for us to wear. We'd visit her here in her home every summer, and after a while, she spent the winter with us too.
From the cloth of a skald, she was always telling a story or writing a poem. She took in life, let it soften her, and spat it out with a smile, which made for great material. Than a tail. It's made to measure, you wear it wherever you go, and it never weighs you down. Here is Lillebygda, our carefully preserved heritage site, and home to Kriskirken, our most decorated invader. This used to be Sami land through and through, but muscle goes where muscle wants. And here, muscle found ample space to squat. Lillebygda was thrown up from wood, stone and water. A village that harvested not livestock or crops, but history. Did you know that trolls never used to be scared of church bells? That Fossegrim never dragged in just the unbaptized. The heritage here was not preserved, but mixed, threshed and bundled, ready to be sold right back to them at market. After a time, the village was reclaimed by those it was taken from, and now they live here. Don't you see them? They line the empty streets, grinning at you from deserted dwellings. They crowd around a cold fire in vacant seats. This has been home to tourists for centuries. It's only fitting we made it official. The bubbling, crashing rapids aren't alone in Grimfjord's stillness. Beneath the surface, gentle lapping of lugubrious melody. Faultless, unwavering, mournful trickling of Hardanger fiddle. The siren song of Fossegrim, woe-begone wanderer ensconced within rippling reach. He longs for company, begging women and children to dip a toe, lock fingers with his outstretched song, but reach him they never do. Fossegrim is a peerless teacher, dragging his pupils' fingers along fiddle strings until they cry blood. The payment is untarnished secrecy, a white he-goat thrown into a northward flowing waterfall, or fenalår, stolen from the neighbor's storage 4 Thursdays in a row. This fiddling will be so potent, the trees dance and torrents in their fall stand still. Though be careful not to miss your step on the way to class, else you may find yourself a permanent member of the faculty. The bubbling, crashing rapids aren't alone in Grimfjord's stillness. My bestemor was all too generous as far as those gifts were concerned. She sewed her stories so tight you couldn't tell where the truth started or stopped.